This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel. Now your host, Seth Moss.
You're listening to 5 Star Life Radio, brought to you by Global Link Distribution, a supplier to the RV, manufactured housing, cargo trailer, and cabinet shop industries, as well as Dometic, the ultimate outdoor equipment engineered for living. You can check them out at Dometic.com. Both Dometic and Global Link Distribution are proud sponsors of 5 Star Life Radio. I'm Coach Seth, and I'm joined with my co-host, Coach Mia. Welcome back.
Thanks, Seth.
And you're listening to 5 Star Life Radio, and I am so excited about today's show. But if you just stumbled across the station, you're listening to this program, you're like, what is 5 Star Life all about? I want you to go to 5starlife.org. It's the word or the number 5, the word star or the word life.org, and learn more about what we're doing. And we're just kind of coming off the heels of an awesome weekend. Coach Mia, we had a great event, one of our fundraisers.
We did, and talk about Global Link. They were represented.
Global Link, David Parrots and the team over there, they're so generous, so good to us. Actually, we have two major fundraisers throughout the year. One is our 5 Star Life 95.3 MNC Radiothon, which we've been doing that for like 10 years. And then our 5 Star Life Golf Open as well. And actually, Global Link got to know us through this program, actually through the station. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, we had a great day Monday.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And everybody was great. The weather was fantastic. Let's give a shout out to the weather. But we had incredible players and guests and our celebrities.
All the stars aligned. So we had perfect weather. The Southland Country Club hosted it really well. They're a great host. The course is beautiful. And then we just had great sponsors. So we had, Lippert Components and Northwestern Mutual, and Whiteford Kenworth was our champion sponsor. We had a bunch of incredible sponsors that allowed us to have the event. And then we had this like perfect weather, and we had two guys who were All-Americans at Notre Dame who had just these incredible careers professionally. Rocket, everybody knows Rocket, which if you've never met Rocket, it's something you need to put on your bucket list, because there's nobody in the world like Raghib Ismail. He is just an incredible person. And then we had LaPhonso Ellis, who is our national spokesperson. And again, he has a whole different vibe, but he is just one of the most warm, endearing, like a kind of a sage, and ESPN analyst. Anyways, great guys. And I think all of our teams that came out to support the event loved the day.
They did. And you know what? I worked one of the holes in, some people were not Notre Dame fans, but Rocket had a story for everybody, every college. So come on out next year, and hopefully Rocket will join us. Yeah.
So in what I told everybody in the welcome was we chose those guys because, yes, they're celebrities. Yes, they're Notre Dame greats. They're incredible professionals. But more importantly, they're men of great character and integrity. They embody our 5 Star Life values, and they're great husbands and fathers. And ultimately, they embody what we want our kids to strive for. And both of them have their own stories, their own paths that are really just compelling, dynamic. If you ever question whether somebody can make it out of a tough situation, just sit down with these guys, because they both did it. And there's enough people that are people say, oh yeah, they were great athletes, so their athleticism is what did it. No, yes, they're athletes, but we work with athletes. There's not too many phenomenal athletes at their level, but there's a ton of people that underperform because their mindset, they never latch onto a healthy mindset. And both of them are totally bought in to the idea of, man, we've got to renew our mind. We've got to develop a healthy mindset. That's what created both of their success.
And, I think that's why you just want to be around them. They both have this spirit about them, and it embodies everything that we are all about and that we teach our kids. So it's super fun and just great guys.
Awesome guys. And I think the other part of their mindset is they're both lifelong learners. And so as 5-Star Life, the mission of 5-Star Life takes us into public schools. We're reaching tens of thousands of kids every week. And, the educational piece, like they're lifelong learners, they're still growing. I think that's the interesting thing. Like neither of them in their careers or their lives are just like on cruise control or coasting. Like they want to have the most impact they can, which is why they show up to things like the 5-Star Life Golf Open and support us. So it was a good day. You can go to our Facebook page. It's the 5-Star Life Facebook page and see some highlights, see some pictures of the guys in action. Rocket had a special assignment. He doesn't golf, so he had a rocket. He was literally setting off a golf rocket or a golf cannon.
I think it was
you can
cannon,
call it.
yes.
Yeah, I like rocket better. I renamed it. I know they called it golf cannon, but I think it was a rocket because he's a rocket. But oh my gosh, it was hilarious. I could just hear the chanting of 3, 2, 1, and he'd fire that thing off. So it was fun.
It was fun.
And LaPhonso he rode around. I carted him around all day. He'd hit shots for people. So it was really good. Here's my question to you. When you look at this world and look at what's happening in this world, can you imagine a better time to be a teenager or an adolescent? Is this like the ideal time to be alive? It's interesting because I would say it's a great, like for me personally, I'm so excited about the days we're living in because I think there's such a huge need for programs, resources, curriculums that can help kids thrive in today's society. So I just look at that as a challenge. Like, here we go. Let's roll up the sleeves. Let's put the hands together. Let's go to work. But I think most of us would be like, this is the scariest time in maybe world history to be raising a kid because the world is at war. I mean, everywhere you turn, you have, from the pandemic medically to educationally, so many parents feel like their kid's education is under attack, that their kid's mind is under attack. When you look at things like, smartphones and video games, it's like there's this attack, a barrage of areas is just bombarding their mindset. And so you look at like being a kid today, who is raising today's generation? That's a big question. Mm-hmm. Who is speaking to their life, who is developing their brain? And I think all of us look at that and say, oof, who knows?
Right. And as you were talking about that, I'm thinking of when I was, middle school and teenager. It would have been a terrible time for me to grow up because there's so many places that you can get lost. I mean, my mom worked, but I had, 2 aunts and, cousins that kept an eye on me. So I was protected and you really couldn't do anything. But now, everybody works. Everybody's busy. And that's for me, I think would be so challenging.
Everybody's busy. And the thing that's happening, and I hear more and more parents having these conversations, but everybody's starting to challenge their own ideas about what matters and what the American dream really is. I think that's the silver lining in the pandemic. I think it's caused everybody to pause and say, holy cow, this extra time with family has been really good. Like, it's helpful. Like, I'm seeing parts of my kids, some of the scary parts, some of the exciting parts. I'm seeing all of it. And they need me. They need my direction. They need my guidance. So this is an exciting time to be alive. But I think the key is that, like, where do you turn to help your kids thrive and grow? And that's where 5-Star Life, that's what excites me, is that's our mission. That's our purpose. So we want to be there to help your kids thrive and live what we call a 5-Star Life, being the best version of themselves. And ultimately, there's all kinds of research that suggests very clearly, with no uncertain terms, that the key to a person's success or failure is their operating system. The way they look at themselves in the mirror, the way they treat people around them, their values, their work ethic, all that is wrapped up in their operating system, and that's what we call mindset. And so our mission is focusing on intentional strategies to help build healthy mindsets. That's the domino that you've got to trip for everything else to fall in place. Academics, behavior, all the tempting things, all the luring things out there for the kids to latch onto that are either waste of time or toxic to their life. And so that's what we want to be. And I want to encourage you as parents and grandparents and community members, go, if you have listened to this program, but you have not gotten involved yet, I want to tell you, like, this is your moment. There's never been a more important time to get involved, whether it's volunteering, whether it's connecting with our organization, seeing if we can partner together with your son or daughter's school and helping the whole school rise. There's so many ways that we can help, but go to 5starlife.org now. We'll be back with more after this.
This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.